Well, guys, it has been nearly 3 months since I've uploaded a review, and I can't believe I've let this get so out of hand. I do apologize about that. However, I do have some explaining to do, which I'm gonna talk about right now. So during the month of May and June, I was just swamped with craziness as I was finishing up my last year of high school, which meant graduation as well as exams, so I didn't really have a lot of free time, as well as I did land my first job, and there was also many other things going on, so I didn't have a lot of time to film or write, and when it came time, like when I did have time to, I really just kind of put it off, and yeah, and that is the reason why I'm so far behind. Then when July rolled along, I thought it was going to catch up, and I had filmed 3 reviews, but I had audio issues with all 3 of them, and it is still a problem that I am trying to fix right now, and until then, we will have to make do with this new format, which I wasn't too happy about. It was definitely something I mulled over for quite a few days, wondering if this is what I want to go for, if I just want to wait like even longer to film so I can get back to my old format. But I thought there's so much to catch up on, and I guess this is fine. I'm someone that does not like to stray too far away from. I don't like changing up things. I love consistency, and I'm a creature of habit. So doing this was definitely irked me a bit, but I think that it'll be good to be back. So when I do have access to going back to my old format, you bet your ass I'll jump on that. So I have at least like 10 reviews in the pipeline. It's just been building up. It's crazy, and one of them is actually my top 10 movies of 2015, which I'm guessing will be under this format as well, which is just, as you can tell right now, it's just my voice along with some pictures. You're not seeing my somewhat beautiful face, but I'm sure we'll get back to that real soon. So, let's get on with this review. Hush is written and directed by Mike Flanagan and stars Kate Siegel and John Gallagher Jr. and is about a deaf woman being tormented by a deranged masked man inside of her isolated home. So I did not know much about Hush going into it other than it was another home invasion movie. And usually that subgenre can be very hit or miss for me. Movies like The Strangers I absolutely love, however, something like You're Next really isn't my cup of tea. And this movie falls somewhat in the middle. It takes ideas from both The Strangers and You're Next and combines it into a decent horror film. Having a good character is something that I stress so much in horror movies, whether it be when I'm talking to friends or even writing my own material. I think it is very crucial to have a wise character, and I really appreciated that in this film. Mike Flanagan wrote a strong female protagonist who made very smart decisions, and a lot of that is due to what I thought was going to be the big gimmick of the film, and that is her being deaf. I thought that it was just going to be played up and not really used right, but I was pleasantly surprised when she was making smarter decisions than, like, I ever thought, and that was just nuts. And it was very cool seeing the way different scenarios would play out in her head, and I thought it was an interesting take and very unique having somebody that can't hear. And Kate Siegel played it up perfectly, as you really bought in to her being deaf, and she made you believe that this is how a person with hearing loss / no hearing would respond to this type of terrifying situation. This is definitely an ideal character to root for, and is not something you see every day in horror films. This movie also does a good job building suspense. There was quite a few times I was on the edge of my seat, especially near the beginning. However, this movie did lose me when they decided to do a face reveal very early on in the film. It was unusual and an interesting approach. However, it took away from the creepiness of the film, and I'm not saying that it wasn't scary from that point on. It just sort of was disappointing for me. Overall, this is a decent horror film, and even though I did have some problems with it, I think it definitely warrants a watch, as it has a runtime of only 80 minutes, and like I said, it is not that bad. So with that being said, Hush gets a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, this has been your favorite critic 26 with yet another review, and I haven't said those words in a long ass time. This has been a long time coming, and I'm very sorry about my hiatus. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this review, and I can't really tell you what my next video will be of, as I only have 2.5 videos written out right now out of the 10 that I have to do. One of which is a review I actually filmed. It was part of the ones that had audio issues and had to be deleted, and that is Captain America Civil War. However, I may be looking at reviewing Zootopia in the next day or so. However, with that being said, look out for a consistent flow of videos coming out from my channel, as I am playing a major game of catch-up right now, and yeah, it's pretty daunting, but it's something that has to be done. Anyways, guys, if you like this review, please smack that like button, and as always, share it to your friends and subscribe. And yeah, look out for more reviews, guys. I'll see you on the flip side.